Construction costs have sharply increased since the beginning of the pandemic. We will see data about construction costs in this short video. We will focus on lumber, steel products, and concrete. The data for the three figures are from Statistics Canada. In all cases, we will compare the period before March 2020, the start of the pandemic, and after March 2020, and up to July 2021, the latest date available in the Statistics Canada data. Let us start with lumber costs. What this figure shows is an index of the cost of lumber products in Canada. As you can see, before March 2020, prices for lumber were relatively stable. But then, a few months after the start of the pandemic, lumber prices started ramping up until they peaked in May 2021. What happened is that the pandemic created a very strong demand for softwood lumber products while supply was limited. With large segments of the economy closed, households had disposable income that they could spend on house renovation and improvements or in the building of new houses. On the other hand, sawmills were temporarily shut down or had to operate at slower pace to comply with sanitary measures. This created a perfect storm for lumber prices to rise. But since the spring, with many sectors of the economy reopening, the demand for lumber has decreased and lumber supply has recovered to near its pre-pandemic level. For these two factors caused lumber prices to sharply decline. Prices are still above those before March 2020, but much lower than their peak. The futures for lumber tell us that we can expect more stable prices over the coming month, but not necessarily prices to further decline. Regarding steel, the story is different. This figure shows the price index for fabricated steel plate and other fabricated structural metals in Canada. After the pandemic, steel prices were stable, but at the start of 2021, they started to rise sharply. Prices for certain steel products rose by more than the 30% shown for the selected product in this figure. The big factor explaining the increase is the strong demand for construction material for infrastructures building and the rise of oil prices. Several countries have adopted infrastructure plans to stimulate the economy following the 2020 recession. This includes China and the United States, the two largest economies in the world. Futures for steel products do not suggest a possible decline in steel prices in the coming month. This last figure shows the price index for concrete products in Canada. Unlike lumber and steel, concrete is a product that is less affected by world market conditions. On average, concrete prices have been lower after March 2020. We expect concrete prices to remain fairly stable, but higher energy prices will pressure them up. In summary, material shortage is becoming less of a problem, except for steel, for which we can expect prices to remain high. If you'd like to learn about how to deal with increasing construction costs in your projects, I invite you to have a look at the video from my colleague, Robert McDonald.